Readers of your resume are likely to try to understand what type of engineer you are. There are two main axes that make an engineer skilled. They are the technical skills and the soft skills. On the technical side, you have things like programming and software development. You have machine learning depth. You have mathematics and statistics. You have big data technologies and model deployment and MLOps. On the soft side, the soft skills are proxy to understand if you can be a good leader. Do you have leadership skills? Do you have the skills to get the teams to collaborate? Do you have good communication skills? Do you have a strategic thinking? Are you focused on execution? Can you adapt to the difficulties that comes during the project? Those are soft skills that capture how good of a leader you may be and how likely you may be to lead a project to success. So intuitively, when you read a resume, you're trying to match a candidate to a specific position in that graph. Obviously, there are additional skills that I'm ignoring here, but those are the two important ones. So you want to understand if the engineer might be a good leader, and you want to understand the level of technical skills that this candidate may have. And when you read a resume, you're trying to extract the right information to make a good guess about this. So if you're guessing that a candidate has a low level of leadership and a low level of technical skills, then you're going to assume that a person is a junior engineer. He may be an emerging talent, but right now the candidate does not appear to be very skilled. Somebody that has a high level of technical skills, but is understood to have low leadership skills, may be categorized as a specialist or an expert engineer. The candidate may be good in working on his own, but may not be great in working with other people. Somebody that has low technical skills but high leadership skills might be somebody that is more of a non-technical or strategic leader. That might be useful if you're looking for a product manager or even somebody that can lead a team, but if you need somebody that can be a good engineer, that may not be great. If the resume highlights technical skills and leadership skills, you're going to infer that the candidate may be a good candidate for a technical lead or an engineering manager position. So depending on how you describe yourself on your resume, people are going to make quick judgment calls in trying to assume what type of leader or technical expert you may be. So let's look at a couple of examples of the descriptions of the responsibilities that a candidate may have had in the current company. So again, the current job is going to be the one that is going to be the most looked at when it comes to reading a resume. So it is important to give a lot of care to the first position that appears on the resume. So let's look at this example. So the job title is machine learning engineer at a specific company. So the person described his duties as contributed to the development and refinement of machine learning models at this specific company. So contributing means that they worked with other people. In the way it is described, they don't seem to have influenced the decision to develop those models. So it seems like the person is following the lead of somebody. They focused on improving accuracy and efficiency. It seems that the person is describing something that is important to focus on in a homework, not in a company. In a company, you care about business metrics, not the metrics that are meant to measure the improvement of your models. They assisted in the deployment of a predictive analytical tool. So assisted is somebody that helped, it's not somebody that led the deployment. So there's a lot of words that indicate that the person followed the lead of somebody else and just followed instructions on what to do. They provided some business metrics, which is good. The person describes how they gained proficiency in Python, TensorFlow, and cloud computing services. That means that prior to that job, they didn't have this proficiency. So this captures a very junior engineer. They just gain the skills, they may not have a lot of experience. They are focusing a lot on the learning aspect instead of the execution. So clearly the way the job duties are being described display low technical skills and low leadership skills. This description showcases a learning-oriented approach with a focus on contributions to project and skill acquisition. So the fact to highlight assistance in deployment, the proficiency gain in key technologies, and the contributions to team goals without leading the project directly really captures the information that the candidate is of entry level or a junior engineer. It speaks to a persona that is in the early stages of their career, eager to learn and rapidly developing their technical skills, but they are not a leader and they are not an expert. So let's look at the description of these job responsibilities. They specialize in deep learning and natural language processing at this company, developing state-of-the-art models that enhance the core product capabilities. The person is really pushing the fact that he develops state-of-the-art models. That means that the person seems to be an expert in what he's talking about. They published 2 papers in top-tier AI conferences on innovative approaches to model training that minimize computational resource without sacrificing performance. So clearly the person is highlighting the fact that he is an expert. He published papers, which is something that only experts can do. He led the technical design and implementation of an AI-driven recommendation system. So he led the technical design. That means that he led the way to design the technical aspect of that product. He's not really talking about the way he led the teams. He's talking about the way he led the technical aspect of the product. So clearly the person is displaying a high level of technical skills, but not really a high level in leadership. Actually, the way the duties are described, they display a low level of leadership skills. Is focusing on deep specialization in areas like deep learning and NLP, innovation model training approaches, and significant contributions to the field through publications. So this description aligns with an expert engineer persona. It portrays a candidate who not only excels in their technical niche, but also contributes in advancing the field. The mention of leading the technical design of major projects underscore their roles as a key technical contributor or specialist within their domain rather than a broad-based leader or manager. So the candidate may be good in leading research projects, but might not be great in leading projects that involve multiple teams. So let's look now at this description. And you will notice that the job title is always the same. It is machine learning engineer. So they leverage machine learning insight to guide strategic decision making and enhance product innovation. So somebody that uses the word leverage is somebody that does not really understand what he's using. He's just using the tool without understanding what is underneath. Just using that word is a way to showcase low technical skills. They focus on strategic decision making, which means that they care a lot about the business outcomes, which is a leadership skill. They led cross-functional teams in integrating AI capabilities. That means that the person is familiar with leading people. The person understands how to deal with multiple teams and different skill sets. And the person focuses on business metrics and a timeline, which is important to deliver impact in a timely fashion. So the person goes further in describing how they acted as a bridge between the technical teams and the executive management to ensure alignment with corporate objectives. The person is clearly very good at dealing with people and at leading projects when it comes to the different people and when it comes to delivering impact for the business. But the description highlights poor technical skills. So we have a display of low technical skills and high leadership skills. This description focuses on strategic impact and leadership beyond the technical aspects of machine learning. It highlights the candidate's ability to leverage ML insights for strategic business decisions, lead cross-functional teams, and facilitate the integration of AI with corporate objectives. The emphasis on improving user engagement and driving AI adoption across business processes showcases a broader vision and strategic thinking. So this is characteristic of a leader who can navigate both technical business landscape without needing to delve into the technical specifics. So now let's look at this job description. Again, this is a machine learning engineer. Oversaw the machine learning team at company directing project initiative from conception to deployment with a keen focus on scalable solutions. So oversaw the machine learning team. That means the person as being in charge of people when it comes to leading projects. The concept of project initiatives capture a business acumen. The fact that he's talking about scalable solutions capture a focus on technical aspects. He mentored junior engineers, that is a leadership skill. He fostered a collaborative environment, that is a leadership skill. This accelerates the team's delivery speed by 30%. It focuses on timelines, which is a leadership skill. It designed and implemented a robust ML pipeline that reduced model training time by 50%. So, design and implementing means that the person is a technical person. It's pushing the idea that the pipeline was robust, which is an important characteristic when it comes to getting a product that is useful for the business. It's focusing on impact that are technical and how this technical aspect impacted the business. Because lower training times means that you can deliver faster. It's focusing again on the ability of the team to rapidly iterate and deploy AI model in production environments. It's talking about the team, which is a leadership aspect, and it's talking about production environment, which is important for business delivery, and is able to link the technical aspect of model training to business outcomes. So clearly, this description captures technical skills and leadership skills. So we have a display of high technical skills and high leadership skills within this description. He emphasized here on the technical oversight, the team leadership, and process improvement, signaling a role that is hands-on with technology while also managing a team. He mentioned mentoring, accelerating delivery speed, and implementing a robust ML pipelines, which indicate a blend of technical mastery and leadership. This persona is responsible for guiding the technical direction and ensuring the team's productivity and growth, indicative of someone who leads by example in both technical and managerial capacities. So you see that we saw 4 different job descriptions with the same job title and very possibly the same duties. But the way the duties were described captured more or less leadership and technical skills. So when you write a resume, it is very important that in the way you write the description of your duties, you highlight the different skills that you want the people to understand you have. Very often, if you want to become a machine learning engineer, it is better to display high technical skills and high leadership skills. Because somebody that has high technical skills is somebody that can lead projects in the details. But somebody that has high leadership skills is somebody that can grow into becoming a key player in the team and the company.